Okay, so what you guys are listening to is the commentary track for this episode. We have Jamie Starr Johnson here, who's the host, and me, V. Well, I've gotten into directing myself and doing my best to produce a good cooking show. And also, here is the new assistant director who's going to be giving a little commentary as well. Say hello to the audience, Agatha.
Hello.
Okay.
Nice to have you guys.
So, this is, our endeavor for CannaSense, and this is the cooking show, Cannabis Cooking Cuisines. We had to get all the right words in there just to, help with the Google search. Even though we've tried that out in the YouTube search, it still doesn't come up as the top show, even when you type it all in. But hey, we'll work with that. So, but Jamie.
Pull that up on like the sixth. It was like the sixth on one of the searches. I know that one of my fans, had told me that. So it is coming up. It is getting out there.
It's coming up. Okay. So, take us through the process here. You're cooking some deviled eggs, right?
Some appetizer, right?
I'm cooking, yes, deviled eggs.
Okay. Take us through your process here.
Well, I live a pretty busy life, and as I was explaining to you guys and the viewers here that didn't really get to hear that I have events and get-togethers after, I have to settle my family in after school and things. So I remember deviled eggs from being a child with my grandma. She used to make the best deviled eggs ever. We would just really look forward to them at gatherings. So I actually did make deviled eggs with CannaSense products to help with the evening activities with my friends. So this right here is the basic deviled egg recipe replaced with the CannaSense oils that they offer.
Okay. So, I want to say that, your setup, I'm glad that we are doing what we're doing here. These little shows like this, they take a little bit of effort. People don't think these cooking shows take effort. It really takes, especially with the minimum amount of equipment, but I believe we've thrown things together, right? What do you think?
I agree. I think, I do have a pretty wide range of equipment for baking. I like to bake a lot. But again, being a busy mom, in today's society, we just don't really think about what we can offer our family in the way of substituting some of the medical necessities that they need. I do have some issues, and I explained that in the article that I wrote, that I have anxiety, and that we've experienced big time in this show. What to cook, what to try to show people. I'm not the typical Martha Stewart, obviously. I'm a biker babe, I'm a model, I'm an activist, a public figure. I just don't have a lot of time. So we've done a little bit of something, for a little evening. We've cooked some spaghetti, just simple things that I think people want to see. But also, this is such a huge issue in the medical freedom. I am an activist all over the nation and globally known. I talk to people all over the globe about this very issue. And so I really am happy we are providing, just the simplest deviled egg making show to prove to people that our medical freedom is important. Our decisions and being able to make those on our own. I was, as you guys and as I tried to explain, I was on pharmaceutical, Big Pharma's, one of Big Pharma's biggest customers for over 13 years, and it just made things worse. So I'm really excited about offering even the simplest things that I can offer, to our families as well. This does have an offer of CBD. CBD is healthy for families, not just the parents. So I'm able to, in a state that allows that, offer some of these products to my children and my family who do have other medical issues that would be, Big Pharma would be pushed on all day long. One of my daughters, did have that. So I'm excited when you guys brought me this offer of, to do the show. It does take effort. I don't know what I'm going to do all the time. I this is all new to me, but I think we've turned out pretty good. Even, the obstacles that come about, we figure out a way to go around it. So hopefully this will offer this service to so many people that really, really need it.
Well, so what are you doing right here? Is this mayonnaise and mustard?
Yes, and then here will be the CannaSense product. It's an oil. I just mix it in. This is the deviled eggs. You take the eggs, you boil them. I have that nice little contraption there on the corner that cooks the eggs perfectly with a little bit of water, and it tells you when they're done. And but here it's adding the CannaSense, and that's how easy it is. I mix it right in, and then I make deviled eggs to the point where they're not only yummy and delicious and what Grandma used to make every holiday, but they're something that are benefiting my family and myself. I've benefited from this. After I made these, I ate a few of them, and it just really helped with the anxiety that I was having and making sure, because as you see, they were a little runny. So we just added a couple extra eggs, the yellows, and it worked out perfect. I think they actually ate the last one today. They were delicious. And here I'm just mushing up. That's easy. That easy. You see, right there. That's also for me to benefit a little bit more from the eggs and the party. I had to go to this get together anyway, and I would rather make something that is homemade with a little bit of effort, a little bit of love, and a little bit of relaxation, to over, buying soda pop or buying the chips. That isn't what I want to take to something. And I was asked to bring these back. So I kept a couple at home and took a few, back and took all those, and they were gone immediately. So.
Yeah, so it's great for as an appetizer, right? You just have for the party and not only, right? It's quick and easy.
Okay, well...
I did not hear you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I guess it's great as an appetizer, right? For a party or whatever, like a friends meeting, right? It's quick and easy.
Yeah, we did this hors d'oeuvre, an hors d'oeuvre, something to lightly. They had some crackers and cheese, and there was some eggs, and we had some wine later. And, it was just something that you could take real easy and fast for a potluck type of thing. You could make a little bit bigger batch and for like Thanksgiving.
Basically, I really like the look. I mean, the previous host for the cooking show, I mean, she was a wonderful cook and everything, but we weren't getting much of a response with the whole Martha Stewart look that we had going. But I'm really liking the look that you have.
Yes.
I hope the audience agrees.
It's actually me.
The audience definitely
I will
agrees.
say that is my clothes. That is actually what I used to do for a living, was run a biker, lovely lady writers. It was a biker company for ladies. And those outfits are everything out of my closet. So it's not fake. It's not. I like that. It is authentic. You guys wanted that. It just happened to be that I happened to fit into that, which I'm very glad. I don't want to have to be something else. I think that's the one thing about this is it's real. Look, I am so busy. Things happen. This happened. You have to just get through the obstacles, and through what this is offering, I've been able to kind of handle things a little better. I have been sick, so unfortunately, I've had those obstacles, but this is me. This is real clothes. These are real. I have a motorcycle that I really ride myself, so you didn't just pop this into a character. This is actually me. I like that about that. I hope you guys do too.
Riding bikes. Yes, sometimes. Hey, and so what? Salt and pepper to spice it up, right? And some any other ingredients?
You can definitely add. I deal with a lot of people with sensory issues, so I don't, like I have a sensory issue to onions. So you can add onions. You can add there's chives. At the end they have paprika to it. There's obviously things that you can add to your own egg, deviled egg
Stuffing.
recipe.
Yeah.
You have one. This happens to be a very plain and bland type of, basic, to where you can do whatever with it. And that's why I do that, just because I never know when I go into some of these situations dealing with, the people that I do deal with in a lot of medical situations and activism in medical field. I never know about sensory. So I just kind of keep it simple. But yes, add some, I know you can add some onion, you can add, like I said, some chives to it. There's a couple other things, and just add your own, but replace your oils with some of the
CBD.
products, or add
Yeah.
to that, or make your own.
And I do know you were talking about infusing the CBD oil on this episode.
Yes, and that's one of the things I liked about the products here is you can't get them already made up. Some of these edibles and things, you don't really understand how much goes into it. I'm actually getting my cards right now because I have to keep cards on this. It's not something that you would do every day. It does take a lot of the cannabis, medical cannabis products when you do this, and there's two steps to getting your oils or your butter or whatever you're going to use. And one of that is, let me get it out here, is decarbing. And that process is where you're taking the actual medical cannabis and making it to where you're separating some of the essentials and making it ready to add to, which is the infusion part of it. So you have to decarb it, and then you have to infuse it. It is a lot of work. I'm not going to say it's not. There's a 3.5 hours just for the infusion of the oil that that you would need to do. And you can do different oils. Like there's canola, olive oil. I bought olive oil, and we're going to do that next. Avocado, coconut. You can add it to coconut oil. You can use it for facials and creams and things as well. So, but this process has to be done, and it has to be done very carefully, because if you don't, then the process doesn't get done right, and you do not benefit from the whole process. And that's not the point of it. It's just to waste all that time and effort. So I do like that if you don't have that and you don't want to experience that, those products are available already for you. That's nice. Some of the edibles. We're gonna venture into some baking next episode. Going back to the old school brownies, and we cooked some cupcakes, but unfortunately we never got to the final part of it, which was some of the icing. And so I think I'm going to make some of the butters and things into the baking project next time. So a lot of things you can do with these products.
Yeah, that's...
Well, Agatha will be directing the show next time around, so I believe we're going to have her as the off-air personality for you, so you can definitely interface. I know that even though you're a bit of a character yourself, you don't want to be sitting there talking by yourself the whole time, so we're going to make this interactive.
I do. So thank you for giving me a little bit. Should be like my little voice in my head. Oh wait, I already have one of those. Show me the second one. I'm really looking forward to it, Agatha. Really looking forward.
Yeah, me too.
Well, these are going to be your 2 stars, ladies and gentlemen, and doing the seminars and all these things, because, well, we gotta make sure that people have their medical cannabis rights, and these are going to be the ladies to talk to, and we're going to try to grow the movement until this prohibition on this is completely eradicated. This isn't just going to be a United States thing, but this is going to spread from country to country to country eventually.
and this is something really, I didn't foresee this as being the show that I decided to cooking. Are you kidding me? Like I said, I like to bake all day long, but I still have a lot of time. But this is something really I have come to, it's been a huge part of what I do in the family rice. And I do specialize in, certain areas, and it specializes in family. And this, I just cannot believe how much, again, the American, because this is where I'm at right now, but in America, how much our medical freedoms are being removed, denied, attacked. I mean, I have seen families ripped apart for a decision to treat with even CBD in the state that I live in. When I first came to this platform and to this venue and to this movement, there was a case here in Indiana that specifically dealt with CBD. I got to know that family very well, like I do almost all of the high-profile medical cases, and it was just ridiculous. This little girl deserved to live a normal life without seizures, and that's what this medical CBD was able to provide for her, because that's what was available here. Now, I'll tell you, that family was in a high lawsuit with ACLU, and then they moved out of state because it just didn't stop. They were attacked constantly for trying to offer their family the medical decisions and what was right. This little girl's adorable. She's a little girl. She was living very happily on medical CBD. So now that we can offer that to all the states, and you have that assurance that when they come knocking, because they will probably, and some come knocking, especially me. I'm a high-profile public. Unfortunately, some people have, people look at this and try to say you're not an appropriate person for going down this route. But in reality, I lived the other route. For 13 years, I had the top medical doctors in this state pumping me and my unborn children. And that was one thing. It was big pharma, big pharma, big pharma. It's not always the answer. I did not realize how much of a decision that they tried to take in our life, in our medical decisions. I've had children on big pharma type of medication, and I've had one that did not. And I believe that, yes, it caused more problems in every single situation when it came to anxiety, ADHD type of situations and medical pain situations.
Yeah, also autism.
This is something they can offer legally.
Yeah, many other conditions too, actually. Like, for example, for autistic, even children, basically mostly children, right? So CBD oil actually alleviates this, symptoms.
Well, you don't want to give them Ritalin, that's for sure.
No, and obviously, there's certain things that there are limits that we have to abide by, and that's fine. We can do that, and I've shown that. I'm baking 2 separate things, just to show that, look, this isn't real hard. You make the main, like I'm doing brownies. You make the main part, and then you separate it. You add what you need to in one, maybe, if you're in that state, or you just do CBD, straight through. So there's options that you can do. You can do it in the oil. You can do it in the butter. And then, like you're saying, my ADHD, autism, Parkinson, I think disease is one of them that they said. Is that right, Agatha? We went through a whole list of them, and I do have note cards. But also, I have an autoimmune disease. That is something I've dealt with twice. And I have family throughout the whole nation. In fact, the whole world, because I have a gentleman who is autistic that I deal with and as an advocate in the UK. So it is something that autism and ADHD and ADD and stuff that I have actually dealt with my whole life, in not just myself, but my children, my family, my brothers, my sisters, all of my cousins, my aunts and uncles. We all have some sort of this anxiety. And I think nowadays, do you not agree with me, guys, that anxiety is probably just on the rise because of such a stressful life that we live, all of us.
you know, in Europe, you mentioned UK, right? So in the UK, just recently they legalized CBD oil, like 2, maybe 3 years ago, and still, you know, any other actually edibles or any other products are actually restricted. They are still somehow. So it's a battle, you know, before us mostly to, you know, bring awareness
what I
and
don't
just.
understand, Agatha, what I don't understand is, you know, why and how that it bothers me. I work within legislation. I go to legislation. I was just in D.C. with some of the top, you know, family rights activists in this nation knows, and I just don't get it. Why is it not across the board? If one state like Colorado, such as I think California, I think Illinois just opened that maybe, but it's recreation and medical, and I don't understand how it can just be at this point in the line in the world, you know, this one line and separating these two states make it completely opposite. That to me has to change. That is what this has done. Am I wrong?
Oh, definitely it has to, and probably it will, you know, soon enough, because it's, you know, it's for medical purposes. I think it should be, you know, legal all the way, but still there are places here, for example, like Cyprus in Europe, right, which where everything, you know, regarding cannabis is still illegal. So.
Well, guys, we are coming to the end of the show, so I hope everyone has enjoyed this behind-the-scenes commentary. So please look out for the next episode.